Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today I am making Schezwan chutney. It's my absolute favorite. I love the homemade version, which helps me control the amount of garlic in it, control the amount of spiciness, the hotness, and I make it like really simple with very few ingredients. So what I've done is I've prepped the ingredients. I'm going to just walk you through. I've taken roughly this size of garlic, 6 to 7 garlics. I've cleaned the cloves, and I'm going to take all of these. Then I've taken 3 large onions. I've taken 2 large tomatoes, and this is chopped ginger. And now Schezwan sauce is usually made from dried red chilies, but I find that very spicy. So what I've started making is I bring these fresh red chilies, and I separate out the spicy bits of it. So the center threads and the seeds I just separate out, because this is the spice. This is the thing that adds spice or hotness to the chilies. So I just separate out all those, the seeds and the threads, and I take the chopped ones. I'm going to very quickly show you how to do it. And so just chop it, slice it from the center, and try to get as much as possible from the center of this. So all this, the threads, and what I do is I use this. I don't really throw this away, because I do eat spicy food. I like spices, I like hot curries. So I use this into all my my curries. So I not entirely, but then in multiple curries I add these to my curry spices or curry mix that I make usually. I'm gonna make one video of it as well, the spice mix or the paste that I prepare. And that's it. So try to get rid of as much as these white threads as possible, all these seeds from the chilies, and that's it. You are all done. We have these the chilies, cleaned up chilies, and we're going to now chop all of this into fine chunky bits like this. I've already done the ginger, and with the tomatoes, yes, I forgot. So what you do is, you can see these X marks, right? So I've just made these marks, and I've put the 2 tomatoes in boiling water for like 10 to not 10 minutes, but like let's say 5 to 7 minutes. I've let it sit there, and then we are going to remove this. It's not very hot, so I'm going to remove the skin so that we don't have this, because this is something comes into, it gets stuck in your teeth, and it's not very, it's not fun to eat. So I'm going to remove the skins, and I'm going to make puree of the tomato that we're going to add, and chop all the ingredients, and be right back. Hi everyone, I'm back. So I am back after chopping everything. So look at this puree. This is tomato puree. Now after chopping the garlic, it turns out to be a lot of garlic, so I'm going to decide while I make the chutney. Now that's the onion, and we have the ginger, which is nice and fine, and that's how the chili would look like. Now since they are the fresh chilies, they would like really become fine if you try it in the food processor. Now apart from this, we would need some salt, we would need some sugar. If you want to use brown sugar, go ahead, and then we would need a large jar. I'm not really sure if it would fit in this, but then I'm just showing you a jar. So that's it in terms of ingredients. Let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm back. I've changed the setup a little, and now the one ingredient that I forgot to tell was some oil. I'm going to use corn oil. This does not have any taste or odor, or certain oils have got very strong taste, like coconut oil or groundnut oil. So this is comparatively, plain, bland. You could use whichever oil you like. Even olive oil has got quite strong olive taste in it, so I prefer corn oil or sunflower oil. But then I've recently come across a few articles which said that you could replace your sunflower oil with corn oil and it's much more healthier, but then it's totally up to you. The 100 things and 100 articles and different perspectives. So we're gonna take roughly half a cup of oil. We're going to let it heat. So not really measuring. I'm sorry. The chilies are really spicy. So you can see I've just covered the bottom, and we can add as and when we need it. So you can use the Schezwan chutney in various ways. You can make momos and pair it with momos. You can create a dip out of it, like a chili garlic dip. Just take 1 or 2 tablespoons of Schezwan chutney that you're making and add a couple of spoons of mayo. I like vegan mayo. I'm a vegetarian, so that tastes equally good. So you could try that, and that's what I do. So the sequence in which we're going to do is we're going to fry the garlic first, the ginger first, then the garlic, then the onion, and then goes in the tomato and the chili like together. So let's see how it goes. So I usually get the ginger, chop it and leave it in the freezer. Now this is nice and frozen, so I kept it outside for a while, but that seems to have not softened a lot till now. So we're gonna use roughly I make random. I don't really have any measurements, I go by taste. I like garlic a lot, so I usually mix and match and go with whatever I like the flavor. So my Schezwan chutney is very garlicky. You could control the garlic bit. You could add like you can use the dried chilies, use it with the seeds, and you could do any variations that you like. But I like to stick with the very garlicky flavor. So in goes, I am going to randomly put some ginger, roughly put 3.5 spoons of it. Same thing, same ginger, just kept some amount in the fridge for my daily use. I guess that should be enough. garlic to turn like slightly cooked. You don't want to overcook the garlic because when you cook the onion, you would, the garlic anyway would be cooking, right? So you don't want to overcook the garlic because it would otherwise taste burnt. So in goes the onion, chopped onion. Just try to mix everything in. The more ginger you add to this sauce, the more tasty and very, I shouldn't be saying this, but then it would taste very Chinese or Schezwan like. So, ginger is the secret to this sauce. Trying to get some more in it. I probably should stop at this point. I'm going to add just a bit more of ginger because turns out the garlic is pretty strong. So yeah, so this would be roughly how do I tell you? We get quite large ginger bits in UK. So this is the size of ginger we get roughly. So I must have taken one of that size. So handful of ginger is good enough. So probably 1 part ginger equal to 1.5 part of garlic. That's the proportion you want to keep. But if your garlic is very strong, you can make it 1:1 as well. As you see the color of this mixture changing to a little brown, you're going to add some salt. Totally depends upon the quantity and your taste. We're going to roughly add some salt. And we're going to cook it further. And it's time to add the chili, chopped chilies into this. So in goes the chili. That's the reason I like using the fresh chilies. You know, the color is so vibrant. It looks scary, but then it doesn't taste scary, you know. Also, using the fresh chilies, you can control the amount of spice. Like, you can still enjoy the Schezwan sauce without, you know, hotness of it. That's done. Mixed. Now we're gonna add the puree to it. You can skip the puree and replace it with ketchup, but I don't really like the ketchup taste in the Schezwan sauce. Unless I'm making noodles, I won't really add ketchup. So I prefer puree over ketchup. It doesn't, you know, make it very tangy. Now we are going to let this cook for maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and or till the point where the oil starts to separate from the mixture. So we're going to cook for a while, and let's see how it tastes a bit later. Hi everyone, we're back, and you can see all the juicy bits of the tomato puree has been reduced, and it is nice and thick. Now this is yet to, you know, leave out all that. I mean, the oil and the solid bits are yet to be separated, but then that will eventually happen. So this is a stage that you want to stop, and when you let it sit, now this is a very thick bottom container that I've taken, a thick bottom utensil that I've taken, and this, even if I turn the heat off, the plate along with the thick bottom utensil is going to continue cooking it. So this stage I am going to stop cooking it, and I'm going to let that heat you know, cook this further, and you can see it is nice, chunky, and saucy Schezwan chutney, and tastes really nice, goes really well with momos and as a dip along with chips. Just amazing taste. So I hope you try this at home, and whenever you pack this into a jar, make sure that you cover the lid like tightly. So, you know, just in case if this is not enough, the container is not enough, so when you seal pack it when it is hot, it is going to create a vacuum at the top, and that's what you want to have to store the sauce for a longer duration. So I hope you try this at home. Do let me know how you know, how your sauce turned out, or how your Schezwan chutney turned out, and hope you like it. Thank you.